Have you ever come across the claim that George Washington was half Albanian due to his mother being Albanian? Is this true? And did it actually influence Bill Clinton's decision to intervene in Kosovo? Let's find out, for which we talk about the Albanian woman in question, Mary Ball Washington. Now, the story is as follows, according to a study by the linguist Albert Michael and his colleagues of the Institute of Biochemistry and Genetics based in Schaffhausen, Switzerland. Mary Ball Washington was born in Lively, Virginia, as you might know, but her parents were recent emigres from the Ottoman Empire, specifically from the modern district of Peja in Kosovo. In 1706, they arrived in Virginia after setting sail from Ragusa. Between 1707 and 1709, a daughter was born to them, Mary Ball, later Washington. It is likely that they spoke Albanian at home. It could also explain why Mary Ball Washington applied for a Virginia state pension, while she kept complaining about her son and how he supposedly mistreated her, leaving her in poverty, even though he bought her a house in Fredericksburg and regularly sent her money. But yeah, George Washington was influenced by Albanian culture and trusted Albanians. He even mentioned this in a letter about his support for Albanians. 28th President and Antichrist Woodrow Wilson was swayed to create Albania in 1914 upon seeing the letter. The first Maoist US President, Dick Nixon, too was moved by the letter and pressured Tito to give Kosovo autonomy in the 1974 Yugoslav constitution. Over 20 years later, the letter resurfaced again thanks to the American biographer Carl Woodward. He showed the letter to none other than Clinton. Upon seeing the first president's love for Albania, Clinton decided to intervene in Kosovo. He said, "I've seen it, Carl. The letter? I've seen it. If I not have seen it, God knows if we were to have intervened in Kosovo." Woodward also brilliantly put it when he said, "In a way, the US engagement in favor of Albanians is a debt that the Americans now gave back to the people that created the founder of America itself." Later in 2008, Kosovo declared independence, was recognized by the US, and now we're here. But that is the supposed story. Everything we've heard up until now has been false, a lie, an April Fool's joke by the Kosovo newspaper Koha Hore in 2011, I paraphrased. There is no Albert Michael, there is no Carl Woodward. Honestly, I thought this little factoid was at least a myth with some minor truth to it, but no, it's a complete lie that is sometimes being falsely spread as a fun fact. Mary Ball Washington was just your average English aristocrat in Virginia. That's all there is to it. I'm really sorry to disappoint. Oh well, at least Lenin spoke English with an Irish accent due to having had an Irish tutor. Well, maybe. That one has some merit to it, although I cannot confirm that it is true because I haven't looked into it much. Well, that was my yearly April Fool's slop. Last year's was about whether Saint Jerry the goat fucker was actually real. That one's answer was much more interesting. At least there were saints called Jerry. Alternatively, if you're interested in real history, how about checking out my actual history videos, like this one about Imperial Roman cuckoldry. No, it's not clickbait. Constantius really did cuck Honorius. I swear I do real history videos. I even got footnotes and all that nowadays. It's really not my fault ancient Roman historians were smoking too much opium.